Alright, welcome back everyone. Here we are through step 23. Got our organ and our little, what I'm assuming is our balcony or upper level or something here. Because we got a light on the bottom of it, so I'm assuming it's illuminating the bottom level. And of course one of our outer walls with a picture on the outside. Very colorful, I do like that. But if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just try and have a good time. We're not changing the world or anything. We're just building silly little models and having fun. If you've seen any kits or builds or sets you want me to give a shot, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add on to my list, and I've got the most intelligent audience on YouTube because y'all always provide me with the best of options. But without any further ado, we're ready to jump in on step 24, so let's roll on with that. Come in a little tighter here and get our wiring over here where we got access to it. Gonna do our touch switch as well. Got our brackets there. Okay, so we go on to the back. It says we want the ones we got left. We want the second longest. So we want this. We want not that one. The other two have already been used up. So just these two here. I guess y'all get around here. We have in on that one. I'm not going to cinch down the brackets just yet. I don't think I got enough of them. I need another one. Okay. I'll skip that one. Oh, what's that? Okay. So this should be our first clue as to how long we're going, because this one goes into this one. Looks like we're doing the 90-degree bend on it. Go in here. Okay. Maybe about that long. Oh, wait a second, I was supposed to. I'm glad I didn't cinch this one down because I forgot about my touch sensor. And yeah, touch sensor is going to go through. Pop this one off and go through there as well. Okay. It's going to be a full bracket. Yeah, the button switch that I used on my last one, I'm considering using this on these again. I'm going to see how this goes, but I'm going to hopefully leave myself access to, if I want to replace this one with my little button momentary switch I've got, then I will. Sort of, like I said, I'm just sort of weighing my options on it. I want to see how well it works. Let me grab one more of my little brackets here. Just saw three, and there's another on the other side of the picture. Okay. So all these wires slip through this one. Okay. It does have yeah, that's the longest one. Okay. Just use just the other light and this touch sensor out the front here. Of course, they are still adjustable through there. They're not like cinched down super tight. Okay. Like I say, these are all one big jumble of wires now, so we can't. That sort of makes it difficult to maneuver this thing around. Okay. It's reasonably steady. I guess the wires do go pretty much all the way across the back. So get a little bump there on that where that light is mounted above this door, or this archway, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, and then our organ. I think, yeah, here and here. Got our studs to go in. Oh, nice. I almost pressed down and probably broke that if I hadn't picked it up to push in that way. And then our decorative work here. Ooh. It doesn't really. I guess there's a little bit of an outline on the pattern here, so I'm guessing that's what we're supposed to go with. Where's that end us up at? Okay, let's see. Yeah, that gets us pretty close, flush to the bottom, so that's probably where we're supposed to go with it. Okay. I'm just going to do the old B7000 on this one, because once we do this, we're pretty well done with this piece for the evening. So run me a couple of beads on these legs here, and maybe just a couple of dots up here just to tack it in. Find some of the bigger chunks there. Okay. Squeeze you around a little bit, spread out that glue. Now, try and line it up there. Okay, it doesn't look uniform in the middle. There's where the line goes. So I got a bigger gap over here than I'll do right there. That's sort of looking at. Maybe go all the way up against the organ there, see if that helps any. Not really. But I'm actually more worried about the bottom to make sure I'm clear of the stud for sure. Neo's visiting us and using her facilities again, so we'll let her do her thing and I'll be right back. Okay. My cap on the glue ain't then either, so let's do that while I'm thinking about it. Okay. So I think that sort of lines us up pretty good. And I'm just making sure I've got room down here where I'm not hitting it once I mount it in place. So let's take our assembly, sort of set you over there. And now start building tiny pieces. Okay. Some beakers and books and crystals and all kinds of goodies here. Oh, candle, forgot about that. Let's see, which pieces go with which piece, I'm trying to remember. It goes, okay, got everybody into their respective groups. Okay, so first thing, get a couple of our books. And let's see, Dante. I remember reading that in Lit 201, I think it was. Okay, let's sort of stack those guys up a little wonky, just for effect, I think. Just do a drop of glue on. Thinking like so. And then supposed to somehow fit all three of these beads on that book, so we'll find out together. Ample glue all over there, maybe. on the front. I think we'll make sure we get that one showing prominently because it's, I'd say, the disco ball effect. Two in there. Well, I didn't notice the sparkles in that one. So. And this one's sort of not plain, but it's the least exciting to me anyway. Okay, well, they do barely fit on there. Okay. Scooch you out of the way, let that glue do its thing. Get you over there where maybe I won't knock you over. Now our little beaker sets are next. Don't think we're going to need glue for these, so let me cap that up again. Got legs, beakers. Okay. So, these will go in. Make sure you get one of each. Okay. Yeah. On the green. And the side with the extra foot on the bottom. It goes back here. That one. Okay, yeah, it snugs in there. And this one. And then push the beakers down to where they're even with the top of our. Oh, not like so. Okay. Even them up. Alright. Easy enough. Hoping to use those again before the night's out. Now, this little station. Got a little flame dealio, not a Bunsen burner, but one of those, looks like an old-timey oil burner. It goes on. I think they're both supposed to come out. I think just one side. Maybe it is. I don't know. It felt right too. Okay, we got our maybe a distillation station or something. And this one, supposedly, run it through the slot and then twist it 90 degrees. So that's going to be a nice clean effect. It's also loose in there, so let me not necessarily going against the instructions, but modifying to just put a little drop in there. Make sure it stays where I want it to be. Go back and forth a little bit, get the glue everywhere. Yeah. Alright. Let that get sticky. And that's not bad progress. This may end up being a short video today. But I do see a couple of places where I'm probably going to slow down in a minute. This may be one of them. Okay, got this books, and these guys go here and here. Okay, so start off with our newspaper rack. I think that's what it is. Should put this in first. Yep, let's take these off and try and get some purchase on there. Maybe. No, there it goes. Okay, there it went. Pretty sure they gave me a spare one if I did tear that up. So I don't think it'll still stay together. There you go. On the middle, then, and on the sides here. That seems to be a little better. Okay. Just close together, nice and tight. Okay. Now, no doubt going to be the tricky part. Somebody gave me a tip on how to do this, and I done forgot it. Take two of our big newspapers and one of our small ones, and then our last big one first in a second. So take the and find me something to roll it on. A tiny. I think just a swab will do. I think that's the smallest diameter I think I got. Actually, let's see if I can just get started to curl. No, it didn't work. I thought it might stick the other way, but it didn't. Oh, mess! I've got an idea. I don't think it's what they told me. Oof. Sorry if that was loud. I'm just going to pull me out a little bit in the middle. Round that up again. Now, to create the hollow effect, I think this will do. Going crooked there, but I think it's going to be okay. I got the hollow sort of effect there. I'm going to put those. I just had this one going up. Okay. Yeah, I don't hate that. Okay, do another one of those right quick. A little bit longer. I don't have to go short for that. Just oh, I got some room on the ends. It's a nice roll on that one. Got the hollow effect going, and it's, yeah. Now this one is going to be a smaller one because it's smaller paper, so that's not the ones that cut. Like so. I think I just moved it. With all the toothpick builds I've done over the years, I've got them in here somewhere, but I can't remember where I've stowed them. The same effect, is about the same diameter, I think, as a toothpick, maybe a little bit bigger. Have our now get some glue down in our base, just a little puddle there. Guys in first. I think on either side. Down the middle of the little guy. Grab a paper towel quick. Blue nozzle getting a little out of hand here. Paper towel, shop towel. Okay. I think, yeah, that worked out pretty nice, I think. Okay. Now, this little thing, now it's got, this is the tint that it came with, but I did paint the whole thing gold. I think I like that better. So I'm going to go with the gold frame. Okay, and this is supposed to just go. I'll put too much glue here, but does match up good on the frame, the edge, and supposedly our book goes in there. It's supposed to be laid out flat and have the pages sort of fanned out. I did have to do, I did a little trim work already, but I think I do a little more trim. Here I did a test fit earlier. So I'm just taking that little edge off the book cover. And then, actually, gonna go for the Gorilla Super Glue on this one, I think. Just so I can push it down and hold it down. You'll get the instant bond. Nearly instant bond. Just on that side. Ease that into there. Pressure for a second. here on the other side. Little dab. Get the other cover. Oops. So I guess it's supposed to sort of have that effect going on. Ideally a little more evenly, but beggars can't be choosers. Yeah. They've actually got it showing sort of going back, but I don't have that kind of patience. Now let's go in here. Here. So we got our holders, but I'll glue them later once I've got them mounted onto our desk that we're about to build. That'll give us, let's say, the proper spacing for them, but that's, yeah, I think that suits me anyway. Okay, put you with all our other paraphernalia there. See what you want, and move on to the next page. Okay. I don't think I'm going to need him. Oh, wait a second, I forgot. I was supposed to do one more. Let's take our last of our big newspapers. Fold it half. This way. Yeah, there's a little, let's see, there's a hook here. Actually, I don't think that's going to, okay, so about right here. So that's not going to fit in our thing, so let's just give me a little hook here. That bit off. Actually, I'll super glue on this one, I think. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to slide that in behind those papers, because I should have done this before I mounted them, but I think I can still do it. So just touch right there. A little bit more than a touch, but that's still working. Around like that. And that's pushing them out. Okay. Didn't think about this side. Thought it would cooperate, silly me. Okay, so there. And swirl you around. Okay, so now they got that in fairly well locked in place. Make sure okay. Now put our guys back in. Hopefully the glue's still sticky enough for them. Okay. Now we got that's the what it's supposed to have made. Okay. Now back where I meant to already be. Two. Few drawers and such. Okay. Yeah. These guys are later. The plain ones. We got the notched ones. And these guys, the thickness matches up. All a little different. You and you. You and you and you. Okay. Okay. Might make this a little bit easier here. Just down on that. Yeah, no, these are being fairly cooperative. That's okay, so I got 3 different depth drawers. And we got our, that's where these guys come in, so back to the, I think a couple of dots on each one will be sufficient. Try and make them right side up. So far they just say Cutebee. Look at that one, fantasy. Something. Can you read that one? I. Something. Butterbeer. Black Magic. That's lined up to our dashes. The deepest drawer. Oh. Despite my best efforts, I've managed to do it upside down. Okay, let's spin them. Not sure it would make a difference, but I don't think the glue's had a chance to set in yet, so let's see. Okay. Now the thickest goes here. Thin this one up top here. We got our different depth drawers. Pretty well lined up there. Okay. Now, these guys. Okay, so this just screws on. Oh, I did glue this one too, okay. We have to take a minute. Alright. Okay, so. Now, since these gotta go vertical when I mount them on there, I'm gonna give that a few minutes to dry. And I'll come back and we will maybe wrap this up. I may do another step or two, depending on how things go time-wise. So, be right back. Okay, stickiness acquired. So, guys, on the thick side, you're in here. And these guys in here. Okay, we got our little corner. Alright, and on the top, bring in our various doodads from earlier today. And our candle. Actually, I don't think we're using a candle yet. Not yet. I think we are going to use it. Yeah, we're going to use it here in a minute or two. I decided to go a little bit further than I intended. Okay, so. Give a second. Okay, so this goes in. Now that. Oh, I think I grabbed the wrong one here. I think. Yeah, okay, yeah. I grabbed that one. Supposed to grab the one that didn't have the that didn't have the foot on it for the second one. Okay. So let me grab marker here. It was pretty sure it's in that one. And go underneath here to find that. Make sure I got the right. There's a bunch of blues. Yeah, I think that'll fade into that. Okay, so go around the edge there. Okay, so I guess I do need to glue that one in. It seems to be staying pretty good. Maybe I'll roll the dice on it. Made a crunchy sound I didn't like. Put that in after the fact, maybe. Okay. Taking a look at the picture here. I think I'm going to lock them in. There's a little break in between our little filigree. I think that's where I'm going to try and put our. I am going to throw some glue on there. I'll just here and there. Guess. Okay. Now back to where it was. This. Okay, so it doesn't have the extra foot, just the single foot here. And there are beaker stands. Here. The other one needs to be flip-flopped here. Hang on, what have I done? Oh, I've got the I got these in backwards. Okay. Okay, maybe it's not going the way I thought it was. Yeah, okay, I did do it. Okay, I had it right. Okay. Evidently we're going to be looking at it from this direction. I thought we was going from that direction. That's awkward. I'll get that in by itself and stick it on later. Okay. Okay, so this is the angle we're coming from. Okay. Now our book stack, so it goes here. I'm assuming just to cover up the that little notch there. So which way? Sort of face in. Let's see, we're going. I want to go this way. I think. Like I say, because I want to make sure I see those. Try and get a view of that golden globe. Maybe. Okay. So anyway, it's going to be here somewhere-ish. And then our newspaper rack goes back here. I'm assuming we want to make sure we get good clearance on our walls, both sides. Okay, so hit 4 feet here. Just hopefully plop you in place properly on the first try. Okay, that's our little, I don't know, maybe apothecary desk. Let's set that up somewhat low. Okay. I'm going to go just a little bit further. I was going to stop right there, but I just 2 more steps and we get like another room built, so I'm going to go for that. Be right back. Okay, I forgot a couple of pieces on this. Got us a little potion bottle that goes in there. Tight situation there. Wiggle and a jiggle and it goes in. And then we're supposed to glue this last bead. Where do you go? Okay, right here in front of the right here in front of the potion bottle. So somewhere about there. You down into that. All right. Now set that aside and do a little more building here. I guess make it a chair. Generally these go together pretty quickly. Oops. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep, the one with the stud goes in the front side. Okay. And bring out one a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So that. And I think this is supposed to be like a throw or an Afghan or something. It has to go on the seat with it about halfway and up and over the back here. Okay, and then our book goes in the seat with on top of that. So, all right. So let's do book feed right through there. Now, our wall and our candle from earlier. In there. And this guy. Alright. And I'll clean that up a little bit. So, I get like sticking on that. Alright, so you got the big guns. There we go. The light reflection might not show, but that goes. Made it go away. Okay, so now we got you, chair, our cabinet, and well, that wall, and I didn't think to grab the floor. Okay, our floor here. Okay, and these right quick. Okay. I'm not going to paint the edges on this one because they generally stay hidden anyway. But, okay, so. Okay, so our organ assembly goes into those two holes, I hope. Alright. Then this wall goes into the side of our organ here. I'm dragging everything around with it. Okay. And this goes in here, it locks in that notch up there, and here, there, this guy. So okay, so start with you. It's a little tricky, maybe all these pieces to coexist. Alright. I did. And our chair. That stud goes into that little hole there. Probably ought to do that first. I'm not going to undo everything I've already done now, so let's see if I can't get a little pressure on there. Okay, I think it's... Right, there it went. Thought I was going to break it, but I didn't. And all my pieces now. Yeah. Okay. So there. Looks like that's our ground floor. Looks pretty good. Alright. Excuse me. Now, I think it's going to end up, yeah, right there. That's where it's going to end up. We don't get to do that yet. I don't think we do anyway. No. They're going to make us wag these wires around a little bit more altogether. But, yeah. Let's get you, find a place where I can set you down. Alright. Let's see. That's, like I say, got our foundation situated there, I think. Yeah, okay. It's a little wobbly, but I think once we get everything assembled together, that'll lock it all down. But progress has been made. I think where I'm at. It's almost. Probably still got at least 2 more days left, depending on how things go. Maybe 3. It's actually got a bunch of steps to it. Still, I thought we'd have to be pretty close to getting done, but we're not actually. Wow. Yes. Okay. Shows how much I was paying attention. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, folks. I'm gonna say we're making progress. That's the important thing. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another. Stay safe, and click on a link. That's my channel up there. That's my sort of experimental channel. Should be getting another video this weekend. This is the playlist for this build, and that is what YouTube thinks you should be watching. See you next time.